Okay, so I finally saw the Justice League movie. I saw it a few days later than most fans, and I'd like to share my opinion of it. I thought it was much better than Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, or Suicide Squad. But that's not saying all that much. Yes, I overall enjoyed this movie, and I would say it's overall worth seeing. But I had some issues with it. Before I elaborate, let me first say this review will include spoilers, so if you have not yet seen the movie, you've been warned about that. Additionally, let me explain that I could not find enough footage of this movie to always have the right images to go along with what I'm about to talk about. My apologies for that. Anyway, I'd like to get started. Okay, first off, I think the basic story of what Steppenwolf was trying to do with the three cubes was never made clear enough. I think he was trying to create apocalypse on Earth, and yet I don't think the title Apocalypse was even heard once in the movie. I also did not like the fact that the Steppenwolf character was entirely CGI. For me, CGI is almost never convincing. I would have much rather seen a real actor working under makeup and a costume. On another issue, I was not a fan of this portrayal of the Flash. He really seemed nothing like the Barry Allen that I know from comic books and animations. I just saw him as a completely different character who happened to be named Barry Allen and have speed powers. His character was silly and goofy, and I found him annoying. It's not the fault of actor Ezra Miller, it's the way the character was written. And for the record, I honestly believe the fact that I'm a fan of the Flash TV show is irrelevant. It did not make me biased. For example, I really enjoyed Tyler Hoechlin's portrayal of Superman on the Supergirl TV series. And at the same time, I really did enjoy Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman here in this Justice League movie. And it's funny because I was not crazy about Cavill in Man of Steel or Batman vs. Superman, but here, Cavill really seemed to portray Superman as the bright and uplifting superhero that I think of him as. For the first time ever when seeing Cavill, I really believed I was looking at Superman. And also, this movie was the first time in my life that I ever truly enjoyed seeing the character of Superman on the big screen. Note that I never saw a Christopher Reeve Superman film in a movie theater, but I did go to a movie theater to see Superman Returns, Man of Steel, and Batman vs. Superman, and I wasn't crazy about any of those. This was the first time in my life that I ever went to a movie theater and enjoyed seeing Superman on the big screen. So what did I think of Aquaman here? I personally did not think Jason Momoa's portrayal was an accurate reflection of the comic book character. But I would like to mention that when his character went underwater to fight, the special effect really looked like something I've never seen before. Of course, you can argue there aren't many movie characters out there who have underwater fights, but usually when I see any kind of special effect, they look in some way like something I've seen before. It's very rare that I see any type of new special effect, so I must commend this movie for that. And what did I think of the Easter eggs? I just didn't think there were enough of them. Sure, I enjoyed a Green Lantern, but that was brief. I was not that excited over hearing the score music briefly imitate the John Williams Superman theme from 1978, nor Danny Elfman briefly redoing his own score from the 1989 Batman film. I would have much preferred to see Easter eggs like Steppenwolf making a quick reference to Darkseid or Granny Goodness. But with no mention of Apocalypse, I guess what should I have expected? I also would have loved to hear Barry Allen have one line of reference to Iris West. I did think it was a great Easter egg that the actor who played Cyborg's father was the same actor who once played Miles Dyson in Terminator 2, who was largely responsible for the cyborgs there. But I would have preferred to see Easter eggs reflect comic books. I thought Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Ray Fisher, and Henry Cavill all gave good performances. And it's funny to remember that a few years ago when it was first announced that Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, you couldn't look anywhere in social media without reading every fan rant about what a horrible casting choice that was. But now that we've actually seen him in the role, all those fans are suddenly silent on the issue. As I said earlier, I was not crazy about watching Ezra Miller as the Flash, but I blame that on the writing, not the actor. And what did I think of Jason Momoa as Aquaman? Honestly, I don't think he's a good actor at all. I just see him as a guy with big muscles whose skills in theater are mediocre at best. I'd also like to quickly mention that I was very glad this movie did not have unnecessary shaky camera work like Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman did. I never liked that at all. I am really glad that Zack Snyder cut it out here. Anyway, of course when you make a live-action Justice League movie, it's going to be dissected. And when you nitpick at this movie, there's more negative things than I'd like there to be. But overall, did I think this movie was fun and worth seeing? Yes, I did. For the 2 hours that I was in the movie theater, I did feel entertained. And as always, I'd like to hear some feedback from you viewers. Do you agree or disagree with my opinion? Did you notice anything in the movie I seem to miss? Please leave it all in the comments below, and please hit subscribe. Thank you.